So the Indian Prime Minister is in Washington, and in a few hours from now, he will be meeting with the American President Donald Trump at the White House. And this sets the stage for a crucial diplomatic encounter as the two leaders, who are known for their very warm personal rapport, are preparing to navigate some pretty complex negotiations. So the Modi-Trump chemistry has been very evident in all of their previous encounters that were marked by some spectacular joint appearances at massive rallies. Now, the world has witnessed the two leaders amidst cheering crowds at the Howdy Modi event in Houston in 2019. And about a year later, at the Namaste Trump event that happened in the Indian city of Ahmedabad. Now, both leaders call each other to be very close friends. So the Indian Prime Minister is the fourth global leader after the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, and Jordan's King Abdullah II to meet with Donald Trump in the United States. In his second presidential term, the visit underscores the importance the Trump presidency accords to India and vice versa. India has moved strategically to smooth potential friction points. New Delhi has demonstrated goodwill by lowering certain tariffs. Now, these preemptive measures aim to forestall the potential demands from Donald Trump, who has not hesitated to weaponize tariffs against allies and adversaries alike. Now, this visit also comes in the backdrop of the 5th of February deportation of 104 illegal Indian immigrants. The manner in which they were handcuffed and then bundled onto a military jet hasn't been well received in India. The Modi government had to face some pretty tough questions on this issue. Now, on the heels of the current visit, the United States will also be deporting a second batch of illegal Indian immigrants back to India. Now, during the Modi-Trump meeting, the discussions will also be centered on defense and security cooperation. A potential meeting with the Tesla chief Elon Musk adds another dimension to Narendra Modi's visit. So as India eyes expansion in its electric vehicle sector, the billionaire has toyed with the idea of launching a more affordable model of the all-electric Tesla car just for India. Now, Modi's schedule includes meetings with Trump's cabinet members, US business leaders, and also the Indian-American community. He's already held a meeting with the newly appointed Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Behind the diplomatic warmth, the stakes could not be higher. Now, Trump is expected to reciprocate with a visit to India for the next Quad meeting, and both leaders appear pretty poised to maintain their strategic partnership despite the many challenges that are expected. All right, now to give us more perspective on this, we are joined by our correspondent, Susan Tehrani, who's of course joining us live on this broadcast. Susan, this is a bilateral meeting that is going to be watched very, very closely, both within the United States and in India. Give us a sense of how the American media is covering this bilateral meeting between the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Donald Trump.
Well, the media here is looking forward to a rare press conference with the two leaders after their meeting later on this afternoon. And we'll be able to ask questions from both leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Donald Trump. Now, President Trump is going to have his own press conference at around 1 p.m. about tariffs. That's something that's going to be on the topic of discussion with the Indian Prime Minister as well, as Prime Minister Modi is going to try to ease some anxieties regarding tariffs and two-way cooperation on trade. So the media is watching very closely. On the one hand, Prime Minister Modi is one of the handful of world leaders who has come to meet President Trump, has been invited by President Trump to the White House during his second term, just 3 weeks into his presidency. So there is great importance attached to this meeting. And also because not only is India part of the Quad, but India is also a part of BRICS as well.
Right.
So all eyes on this meeting to see how this relationship develops.
Right. And also considering the fact that both the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the American President Donald Trump, they enjoy a special bromance. Both of them call each other their good friends. But this visit also has a lot of friction points. Before the bilateral, Donald Trump has said that he'll be signing that executive order on tariffs. And apart from that, there are many other issues that are on the agenda. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, trade and tariff is going to be top of the agenda. Many believe that, that might be the most sticking point when it comes to tariffs, although India wants to ease some of Washington's anxieties on its limitations, and India is looking to get some concessions on aluminum and steel as well. But nonetheless, as you mentioned, these are two men that know each other very well. The Prime Minister has been welcomed here by President Trump during his first presidency with that Howdy Modi event. And then, of course, President Trump was welcomed elaborately in India as well. And he's expected to visit India as part of the Quad Summit. So there isn't going to be any love lost regarding their personal relationship. Perhaps tariffs is going to be an issue. It appears that India and the United States have an understanding and cooperation when it comes to the issue of immigration, although the H-1B visa, which really is a lifeline for many Indian tech workers here, is also going to be maybe a sticking point, a talking point. And, Donald Trump's protectionist policies can't not be looked at.
Right.
Nonetheless, again, when it comes to the issue of energy and it comes to the issue of being partners in the Indo-Pacific, those are issues that are going to be smooth sailing. And of course, two-way energy deals we're expected to hear, and defense cooperation as well. So right. It'll be a very interesting meeting, perhaps more smooth than bumpy.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Susan Tehrani, for joining us with all those details there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.